and welcome back to Anna's Beauty Corner. I'm glad you're here. First, let's talk about the lip product that is on my face. Beautiful spring color. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting for spring, and even though it's pouring down rain outside right now, I am going to channel spring, and this is the Maybelline Coral Crush Color Sensational. First of all, I love the packaging. The packaging is beautiful. Okay, and then it's this gorgeous, I hope the color is picking it up okay. It's this very bright coral orange shade. I hope it's picking it up, but go pick it up. It's beautiful to have this spring. Okay, so for this video, I was asking for people to ask me questions for an Ask Anna on Facebook. I got a couple, but there was one that I knew would take me probably an entire video to talk about, so I'm going to do that. And that is, the question was, how do you make foundation last all day without melting or caking in certain areas? And this lady says primer seems to make it worse since it's one more thing to cake. Good question, good questions. Yeah, let's get into it. So, you know that I've talked before about preparing your skin for makeup application. To me, this is way more important in the way that your makeup looks and in the way that your makeup will last all day. Long-lasting products are great too, but if you are not properly preparing your face for makeup application, then it will not stay, it will look cakey, it will look bad. So obviously, use a really good cleanser, day in, day out, morning and evening. Use one that is for your skin type. If you have dry skin, use a moisturizing cleanser. If you have oily skin, use an oil-free cleanser. Make sure it's a deep cleanser that really is going to get in there and get all the dirt and impurities and get those pores nice and clean. Exfoliate, I've talked about this before. I use a mask 2 to 4 times a week depending on how bad I think my skin is, and on top of that, on the days that I don't use a mask, very important, don't use it on the same day, I exfoliate, use a very fine scrub. You can even use white sugar with oil and scrub those dead skin cells off, because if there are dead skin cells on your face and then you try to put primer and foundation on, it will just cake it all up, okay? So first of all, know the type your skin is. Look for products with those keywords, okay? If your skin's dry, look for anything that says hydrating, moisturizing, dewy, and then if your skin is oily, look for things that say oil-free, won't clog your pores, good for acne, things like that. Okay, and then of course, remember I've talked about moisturizing, very, very important. And if you're cleansing and exfoliating and using masks, then moisturize the wazoo out of your skin. Even if it's oily, use a lightweight, non-greasy moisturizer, okay? Even if your skin is oily, I mean, yes, you're not going to want to put moisture on your face, but then your face is going to be like, oh, so you're not putting any moisture on my face, so I'm going to produce more oil to make my skin more hydrated. You want to combat that. You don't want to make your skin produce excess oil. So moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Dry skin does better with cream products. Combination skin may need like a cream and a lotion. And then oily skin does better with a liquid or a gel moisturizer. Make sure the preparation of your skin is what it needs to be before you even apply makeup, because you need that good canvas to apply your makeup on so that your makeup will look better and stay better and not cake. Okay, so there are different kinds of concealers. Again, know which concealers are best for your skin tone, skin type, I mean. There are stick concealers, cream concealers, creamy liquid concealers, matte finish. There's a bunch of different types of concealers. Looking at my notes again. Stick concealers, they're really full coverage for like really, really dark circles. They're good for that under your eyes. Some are really thick and dry, but others are greasy because they're so creamy, so they will be greasy. And stick concealers are really easy to apply, but they are way too heavy to use over like breakouts, even though it seems like that's what you should use. And then you have the creamy liquid concealers. They usually come in a tube with a wand. Depending on their consistency, they have the least tendency to settle into those fine lines, which we all know that we don't like. You know, caking around the nose, settling into the fine lines, what we're talking about here. But if you have oily skin, these aren't as great because they can slip and slide and not stay well on your face. So if you do have oily skin, these might not be the best solution for you. There's so many different kinds. There's matte finish liquid concealers. They last longer than the creamier, thinner concealers, but they aren't the best option if if the under eye area is dry, because then they will cake. Just if you have questions about what your skin type is, comment below this video and let me know kind of how it acts with different products and different cleansers and different moisturizers, and we can try to figure out what is best for your skin type. So if you're having problems with caking, sometimes it's best to remember that less is more and to blend, 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 and then blend again, okay? I highly recommend, if you are having problems with all that caking, start at the center of your face with your foundation, work your way out, blend it out with a sponge, with one of those beauty blender. I love my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge, $6, works just as good. You get it wet, you squeeze the excess water out so it's damp, apply your foundation and concealer around the areas that it cakes with your sponge, dab it on, buff it in, and it should blend better. It should help it stay and help it not cake in those areas, because you can get in there better, and then since it's slightly damp, it helps things blend a lot easier. Another thing too is to look for products that say long lasting and long wearing. Again, depending on your skin type, look for those keywords for your skin type. Also remember to set everything with a powder. Putting a powder on your face doesn't mean it's going to cake unless you have not blended it well or not let it set into your skin before you apply powder, or if you have not prepped your skin well enough for your makeup application. I highly recommend the powder because it will make it last, and blot it on with a powder brush instead of rubbing it in, because it's just going to move the products around and then make it splotchy, and then it's just going to look bad. So use a long-lasting powder. That's sometimes I highly recommend a translucent powder, because then it's not putting color on your face, and it's not a thick formula, so it's not gonna stick and cake to your face. So just press with a big powder brush, press a translucent powder, especially in those areas that tend to cake. So after your makeup is on, don't touch your face, and you probably don't even know you're doing it. But did you know that people actually touch their face, I think I read 100 or more times a day? And so, they're left at the end of the day and they're like, why is my makeup doing this? They didn't realize they were touching their face all day. Your fingers have oils on them and dirt, and it's not going to do good things for your makeup. You can get little blotting papers if you feel like you have some excess oil but you don't want to put extra powder on because you don't want it to cake on you. They just blot the excess oil and they do not take the makeup off. They are miracle genius products. very cheap. You can find them Sally's Beauty Supply, online, pretty much anywhere makeup is sold. So if you have oily skin, you may want to try a mattifying primer underneath whatever products you're going to put on your face, because they'll go a long way in helping whatever products you put on your face not slip and slide and not cake up on you. Another thing that really helps are the makeup sprays. I love them. I probably have 4 different brands and kinds. You can find them for dewy finishes, you can find them for matte finishes, you can find them oil-free, you can find them whatever. Urban Decay has some great ones, NYX has some awesome ones, Elf's Makeup Mist and Set is amazing. And so you can spritz it on your face throughout the day, and it just really refreshes your makeup without you having to add extra product. So those are the little tips and tricks that I would have to answer that question about your makeup staying, but without making it cakey and settling and doing all the funky stuff that makeup can do during the day. So I hope that was helpful. Comment below if it was, and if you are going to try any of these tips and tricks. And thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. So stay beautiful, my lovelies, inside and out. And always, always be yourself.